Welcome, family, to week one of our Building the Temple consecration. I'm so excited about everything that God has for us during this week. There are great things that are in store for us. This week, I want us to focus in on three dimensions, three areas that's dominating, that's dominion, subduing, and that is multiplication. That is multiplying. So dominion, subdue, and multiply. Say it with me. Dominion, subdue, and multiply. This week, we're going to be focusing in on those particular areas, and we want to make sure that you are prepared to seek God, because God wants you to have dominion. He wants you to subdue and wants you to multiply. Dominion. In the book of Genesis chapter 1, verse number 26 and verse number 28, God clearly allows us to know that He has created us, that He has called us to have dominion, to subdue, and to multiply. Now, dominion. Dominion is the ability to rule. God called us to rule, ruling as in kingship, ruling having authority. So God has called man, He called man to rule and to have authority. So application point. The application point this week is to locate, to pinpoint and identify those things that are dominating you, that you are not dominating. To pinpoint, to identify those areas in your life. 2, subdue. Subdue means to call into subjection those things that are unruly, that you have not dominated. So what God wants us to do is He wants us to exercise the power to subdue. So that means that we need to understand who we are and gain a confidence in that, and that God has given us power to subdue. He's given us power and authority. So after locating or identifying those areas that are dominating you, it's time to call into subjection those areas. So the point of application is to call into subjection those areas that are unruly in your life, to not allow them to continue. That's speaking into the atmosphere. That's your prayer. That's in your ability to literally change the habit, to not go into any situation on your work, job, or wherever that may be and have the same attitude of defeat, but to dominate, but to call into subjection those things that are unruly. Do not allow it to happen. Number 3, that is to multiply. When God called us and He said for us to multiply, He said for us to replenish the earth, to multiply. Replenish means to fill. Multiply means that we cultivate what God has given us and that we allow ourselves to be open so that we can do that for whatever atmosphere that we're in. What are we talking about? God wants us to bring heaven's atmosphere, Eden, here on earth. What God did in the Garden of Eden, He set an atmosphere. He set the tone, the blueprint for what God wants us to have all over the earth. Thus, God told Adam to have dominion over the earth. God's intention was that Adam would take the atmosphere in Eden and spread it throughout the earth, to influence the earth. That is what God has called for us to do. It hasn't changed. So what God is asking for us to do is to multiply. We are to influence, not to be influenced by anything negative. So, application point. Our application point is to bring about heaven's atmosphere in our home, wherever we are, and bring it so thick that we influence wherever we are, so that someone else can cultivate that into their lives as well. Because we want to influence. We don't want to be influenced in the negative. So listen, dominion, subdue, and multiply. That is the application for this week. Thank God that you are here. God bless you. We look forward to you connecting with us. Please, if you want to go along this journey with us, just click the link below. You'll receive a PDF that will give you a guide on the direction that we're going, and we will walk these steps together in building the temple, this temple that God is pleased, or will be pleased to abide in. God bless you. We look forward to you connecting with us later, even this week. See you soon.